Allow me to introduce you to a cunning campaign strategy in the great state of Arizona. This is 20-year-old street guitar player Benjamin Percy. He is running for a seat on the Arizona Corporation Commission under the Green Party ticket. This is Thomas Meadows. He is a 27-year-old tarot card reader running for state treasurer, also as a Green Party candidate. And this is Anthony Goshorn, but everybody calls him Grandpa. He's running as a, you guessed it, Green Party candidate for the state Senate in Arizona. This batch of free-spirited Arizona Green Party candidates is brought to you by, according to today's New York Times, a Republican political operative who freely admits that their candidacies may siphon some support from the Democrats. This is a story that we have seen before. In the wide, wide world of political dirty tricks, the exploitation of a third party that caters to the opposing party's base, it's a genre all its own. You might remember the third-party candidacy of one Ralph Nader, not necessarily in 2000, but in 2004. You might also remember how at one point, nearly 1 in 10 of Mr. Nader's major donors just so happened to be Bush-Cheney donors as well. I wonder why. In 2000, Republican operatives in New Jersey took credit for getting a Green Party candidate on the ballot in the U.S. Senate race to try to drain votes from Democrat Rush Holt. They tried to do the same thing in Pennsylvania in 2006. And of course, Roger Stone, the famous for being famous Republican dirty trickster who is proud of having learned dirty trickery from the Nixon administration, he pulled the third-party trick on an intra-party scale in 2000. First, he recruited Pat Buchanan to run for president. Then he recruited Donald Trump, who relentlessly attacked Mr. Buchanan as having a love affair with Adolf Hitler before Mr. Trump himself got out of the race. So you got your two bookend candidates to attack and chase each other, effectively neutralizing each other, all of which results in a stronger Republican Party with no real third-party threat. Ta-da! So this happens a lot. Unless we change the way we vote, unless we switch to the system they call instant runoff voting or 1-2-3 voting or Australian voting, where you can say, if my first choice candidate doesn't win, give my vote to my second choice candidate. Unless we adopt a system like that, oh please, third-party candidates will almost always function as spoilers in our two major party system. And that creates this incredible incentives for dirty tricks, for people to use a third party as a means of siphoning off votes from the base of one of the major parties. That's why we see Republicans abusing the Green Party's status on the ballot over and over again to try to siphon votes from Democrats. And this is one of those rare moments in politics where the stupid Beltway media device of saying, oh, it happens on both sides, it's actually true. Because just as the New York Times is highlighting this instance of third-party exploitation / spoilerism in Arizona involving these Green Party candidates, the Detroit News is also reporting on what appears to be a Democratic dirty tricks case. Democrats having tried to qualify fake Tea Party candidates for the ballot in Michigan. In this case, it turned out that a Democratic Party official had notarized affidavits for half of the Tea Party's 23 candidates in Michigan, and the company used to collect signatures to get those Tea Party candidates on the ballot was the same firm that Michigan Democrats had used for stealth petition drives in the past. Also, it should be noted that two of the candidates recruited for this supposed Tea Party were born in 1990 and therefore ineligible to either hold office in the state or to drink, for that matter. So for once, the, oh, this thing happens on both sides trope is actually true. But there's one important caveat here. What's the difference in the outcome between, say, this year's Arizona Green Party Republican dirty tricks and the Michigan Tea Party Democratic dirty tricks? Well, the reason the Detroit News is reporting on the Tea Party candidates right now is because the fake Tea Party people are not going to be on the ballot in Michigan. The Democrats' attempt at dirty tricks involving a third-party line in Michigan did not work. Yes, and in Arizona, complaints have been diligently filed by Democrats and by real Green Party folks. But right now, as it stands, that Michigan Tea Party with the ineligible to serve 20-year-olds that was going to hurt the Republicans and help the Democrats, that's not going to do anything. Assuming it was a Democratic dirty trick, it was a big fat failure of a Democratic dirty trick. Why did it fail? Because whoever put together the petitions to get the 20-year-olds on the ballot didn't put the name of the party in 24-point font as required by law. So far, the presumed Democratic dirty trick has failed, and the Republican dirty trick in Arizona appears to have worked. And if you really want to know why, it's not just about following directions about 24-point font. There's one otherwise unimportant detail about this pair of stories that tells you all you need to know about why these sort of tricks tend to work for Republicans and not for Democrats. When the Democratic Party fingerprints were found to be all over that Michigan Tea Party thing, The two Democratic Party officials seen as most responsible for the trickery, including the one who notarized all those Tea Party affidavits, both of those Democrats lost their jobs. One resigned, the other one was fired. The Democrats responsible for that bad, embarrassing, dirty, sleazy Tea Party dirty trick thing in Michigan resigned in shame or were kicked out by the party. Their counterpart in the Republican Party, the guy who recruited all the homeless people, the tarot card guy and everything to run under the Green Party in Arizona to hurt Democrats, that Republican guy is not only not ashamed of what he did, he's not only not getting fired, he's got his picture in the New York Times and has done a whole article with them in which he brags about what he's done. So yeah, everybody does dirty tricks, both sides. But one side has been teaching it so long, they're actively proud of it and brag on it for political career advancement. Tells you all you need to know. That does it for us tonight. We will see you again tomorrow night. Countdown with Keith Olbermann starts right now. Have a great evening.